Good day, everyone. Today we're talking again about Coda's AI at Work Challenge and this library of process that I've been building. If we're talking about simplifying our work and being more efficient, then we need to talk about automation. I think the step before automation is documentation. If we haven't mapped our processes and done some preliminary work to optimize them, then we might just be automating unnecessary steps. Take automating a task like email my managers the KPIs. If we can get the KPIs to notify the manager themselves, then the email is redundant. So we've been documenting and learning about our processes, but now we're going to bring them to life, help them adapt and stay fresh. So in the past demos, we created this offboarding process. And we used Coda AI to develop a description, which we can edit. We developed some steps and associated duration for those steps, which we can edit. And we built these resources, so a checklist and an interview script, all using Coda AI. And then we asked the process some questions. One of those questions we asked was if we were going to add a new step to the process regarding intellectual property, what would that look like? And we get this answer that, there's no step now, but maybe we want to consider ensuring that company-owned IP is protected. And it's tagged to this step collect company assets. And here's where this feedback button comes in. Let's say we've asked this question and we recognize that, there's this missing component of the process, then just click this button. The question and answer from the AI gets pushed into this feedback slot. And if we don't want to do anything else, then fine, we're done. We can go back. And we can forget about the feedback. We've logged it. We can delete the question and ask something else, go on with our work, whatever we need to do. Alternatively, we can amend the feedback section to provide some more information. So if I'm the process owner and I know I'm the one responsible for adapting this process and keeping it current, then I might provide some additional information here to sort of help myself in the future. If I'm updating processes on a weekly basis, even on a monthly or yearly basis, the more information I can provide now in the current context, the better. So let's say we're done. Go back. And in the next video, we're going to talk a little more about running the process. But for now, I'm going to go here. So this is really what activates a process. So it says take all of these steps in the process, convert them to tasks, and assign them to whoever the owner is. So this is what takes this template process and turns it into actionable work. But in the meantime, when I come in here to run this, I select the process it's done, owner's there, I can choose a start date and a project identifier. So offboarding process, I might say this is the employee's name, just so I can reference. But here I see this now button that says there is unresolved feedback to consider. And if I click this, it's just dropping me down to the bottom of this page where I can see now if there are multiple pieces of feedback, there's this summary of the feedback. And even if it's a year later, I can review this and say, all right, who was responsible for this? And it says, well, Andy Farnsworth flagged this feedback. And it looks like we need some more robust procedure around protecting IP. So maybe it's time to either add some information to this collect company assets, or even add a new step in the process that deals with review requirements in a set amount of time, and make it a permanent step. And now that's in there. And every time I run the process, that new task will be in there. And so then scrolling back down, I'm just going to mark that resolved and disappear from our table. No more feedback, and I'm good to run the process and create my tasks. That's it. I'm ready to go. Start my work on this updated process. Okay, so tomorrow will be demo 5 of 5. Come back. We're going to talk a bit more about this running and editing the process, managing the work, and some of the odds and ends that I've not yet touched on. Thanks so much for checking this out, and yeah, take care.